Hey guys, what does it mean that Jesus is our shepherd? Today I'm going to be reading out of Psalm 23. It starts by saying, "The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul." So when we think about a shepherd, what is their role? It's to take care of the sheep. And as his sheep or as his children, we are taken care of by the Lord. He cares for us. He knows our needs. And in it says, "I lack nothing." When we have God as our protector, as our provider, as our sustainer, we lack nothing. There's nothing that we are in need of that he doesn't bring to us. It even says, "He leads me beside quiet waters, and he makes me lie down in green pastures, and he refreshes my soul." And not only does he take care of our physical needs, but he takes care of our spiritual needs as well. It says he refreshes our soul. I have never experienced a rest and a refreshing like I have from the Lord. Before I knew God, I was striving and I was unhappy and unsatisfied with my life. But when I learned who it was that was my shepherd and my caretaker, I knew that I could come to him and be refreshed and that he would sustain me. But that doesn't mean that we won't go through hard times. So later in this passage it says, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." So sometimes we're gonna walk through things that are dark or that are hard or uncomfortable or that don't make sense. But if we trust that Jesus is our good shepherd, then we know he's walking with us and that we are safe with him and that we are taken care of by him. No matter what it looks like around us, we can be at peace because we walk with him. So today on your mat, I want you to think about all the times that Jesus has been a good shepherd to you, the times that he's taken care of you when you've been in need, and then coming to him today for a refreshing. Maybe you need just his rest today, or his peace, or his life, or his joy. And whenever we come to him, we can receive those things because he is good and he refreshes our souls. So grab your water and I'll see you on your mat. All right, guys, we're gonna get started today in a simple seated posture on our mat. So rooting through the sits bones, hands to the knees, and bringing the crown of the head all the way towards the sky, getting a long spine here. Great job. And then we're just gonna inhale the shoulders up towards the ears and exhale them back down for some shoulder rolls. Inhale back high. And exhale back down. Great job. Reverse those rolls going forward with the shoulders. Inhale, shoulders to the ears. And exhale back down. Great job finding some movement here, opening up the chest and the space between the shoulder blades. Great job. Come back to center. Inhale, sitting up tall. And exhale, drop the chin down to the chest and take some neck rolls to the right. Opening up each side, slowly and gently finding movement here. Inhale and exhale, reverse those rolls going the opposite direction with the head. Slowly opening up each side. Great job. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, come back to center, sitting up a little bit taller. Inhale. And exhale, take the left hand over to the right knee and find a twist over that right shoulder. Drawing the gaze back. Inhale, sit up a little bit taller. And exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Awesome job. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, right hand comes to the left knee And bring that gaze over the left shoulder, taking the twist on the opposite side. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Awesome job. Inhale, come back to center, keeping those hands on the knees. We're going to take a seated cat-cow. So as we inhale, drop the crown of the head back, open up the chest, opening up the front of the body. And then exhale, draw the chin into the chest and arch through that spine for cat pose. Great job. Inhale the cow, drop the forehead back, open up the chest. And exhale, arch through the spine. Go ahead and take this motion with your own breath at your own pace, moving from one posture to the next. Awesome job using that breath. Inhale. And exhale, come back to center. Clasp the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers. And then press those fingers towards the back, opening up the chest. And exhale, using those hands to guide us into a fold all the way down. So drawing that chest down towards the ankles. And then maybe keeping the hands clasped or bringing the fingertips up towards the front of the mat. Reaching and drawing this fold a little bit further. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, see if you can let that chest come down towards the ankles just a little bit more. Great job. One more deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale, rise all the way up onto the knees, and we're going to take a gate posture. So the right foot is coming out to the right, toes pointed towards the front, arms coming out to a T. Inhale, really reaching through those fingertips. And exhale, drop the right fingertips down and reach the left arm all the way over, getting a long side stretch and a hip opener all in this one pose. Great job. Inhale, opening up through the left side. And then exhale, come back to center, drop the left fingertips down and reach over with the right fingertips. Really lengthening all the way through the right side of the body. Awesome job. Inhale, stretching. And exhale, rise back up to the center, and we're going to switch out the legs. So the left foot is coming out to the side, toes pointed towards the front. Inhale, reach the fingertips out to a T. And then exhale, drop that left hand down, open up through the right arm and through the right side of the body. Inhale, pull that right shoulder back slightly, opening up the chest. And exhale, reach a little bit deeper here. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, drop that right hand down and reach over with the left fingertips, opening up the left side of the body. Awesome job, really lengthening here. One more deep breath, inhale. And exhale, swing the left fingertips around, and we're going to come onto a tabletop position. Hands coming underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. And then walk the hands about a handprint in front of where they are and drop the shoulders down, keeping the hips high for puppy pose. Really lengthening through the chest, opening up the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Let's take that one more time. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, roll onto the forearms. Let the hips come down onto the mat and find your Sphinx posture. So spreading the fingertips out wide. Open up the chest. Inhale. And open mouth, exhale. Awesome job. Plant the hands under the shoulders. Lift all the way up into your upward facing dog. And then lift the hips into your downward facing dog. And let's just walk out the feet here, bending one knee at a time. Starting to warm up those hamstrings. Inhale, spreading the fingertips wide. Exhale, let the chest come in towards the thighs. And then finding stillness with the heels. Maybe the heels are coming and meeting the mat, or maybe they're just reaching today. And let's take 3 big breaths here in our downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Great job. Inhale and exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale through the nose, bringing that breath all the way into the body. And exhale, slowly walk the hands back to the feet and find your forward fold at the back of the mat. Letting that head hang low, hands coming to the shins or the ankles or the toes. And just breathing here for a moment. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And we're going to plant that left hand in the center of the mat and lift the right fingertips all the way up, finding a twisted fold. So our left heel is slightly coming up from the ground, really opening up through the back of that right leg. Inhale, open up through the chest towards the right side. Exhale out through the mouth. Great job. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale, release the right hand down. Left heel comes back onto the mat, folding here. And then bring the right fingertips towards the center and lift the left hand all the way up, taking that twist on the other side. The right heel comes up slightly from the mat. Inhale, open up through the chest. And exhale here, really opening up the back of that left leg. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale, drop the left hand down and the right heel down. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Slightly bend through the knees. Inhale, rise up all the way into extended mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's just stand here and breathe for a moment. So really planting into those feet, lifting up through the crown of the head. Inhale through the nose. And open mouth, exhale, release it. One more of those deep cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Awesome job. Inhale, reach the fingertips high. And exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold and walk the hands all the way out to plank. And we're going to hold plank for 3 breaths here. So really engaging the core, drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. 2 more of those. Great job holding here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, engaging the arms, engaging the legs. 1 more deep breath. Inhale. And exhale, maybe dropping the knees down to the mat or keeping them high for your vinyasa flow. Coming down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Coming here and again, maybe walking out the feet or maybe keeping the heels still and reaching them down towards the mat, whatever feels best here. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, walk the hands back to the feet, come into your forward fold. Letting that head hang low. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down, slightly bending through the knees. Inhale, rise up to extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the fingertips back up to extended mountain. And then exhale, bend the knees and come into your chair pose. So just bringing the hips down slightly, and take a look down at your toes. If you can't see them, then pull the hips back slightly so that you can see the toes just past the knees. Keeping the fingertips high, or maybe bringing the hands down to heart center, whatever feels best here today. And we're going to take 3 big breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Awesome job. You can do it. 2 more breaths. Inhale through the nose, really engaging those legs and core. Exhale it out through the mouth. 1 more time. Great hold. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, fold it all the way down. Awesome job, guys. Walk the hands out to your plank, engaging that core, and then taking your vinyasa flow. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. Inhale the right toes high for 3-legged dog. Opening up through the legs. And exhale, bring that foot all the way up in between the hands and rise up for high lunge. So making sure those hips and shoulders are square, sinking the hips low into that lunge, and the fingertips are either high or the hands are coming into heart center. Breathing here, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Awesome job, really engaging those legs in our lunge. 1 more deep breath here, inhale. And exhale, open up into warrior 2, letting that back heel come down, opening up the hips towards the left, spreading the fingertips all the way out, really lengthening through the arms. Inhale. And exhale, sink a little bit lower into your warrior 2. Inhale, lift the fingertips high, turn the right toes in, and exhale, fold all the way down into your wide-legged fold, letting the head hang low towards the ground. Great job. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold it down. So here, maybe your hands are rested onto the mat, or maybe onto a block, or maybe your hands come to the ankles, or you can send the fingertips through the legs and pull yourself a little bit deeper into this fold. Finding your chosen wide-legged fold and breathe into this space. Inhale, bringing breath into the hips. And exhale it out. Great job. Let's take 1 more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly walk the hands over to that right foot and rise up into your warrior 2, turning the right toes out. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step the right foot back, and take a vinyasa flow, ending back into your downward facing dog. Great job, guys. Awesome movement today. When you're ready, inhale the left toes high. And exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, rise up for your high lunge. Squaring off the hips and shoulders, inhale, reaching the fingers high. And exhale, sink those hips low. Maybe keeping the fingers high, or maybe bringing them to heart center, whatever is comfortable here. 1 more deep breath, inhale. And exhale, drop the back heel down, open up for your warrior 2. Fingers outstretched, open up through the chest. Inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Awesome job. 1 more big deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale, lift the fingers high, turn the left toes in, and exhale all the way down into your wide-legged fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold down. Again, maybe keeping those hands on the mat or bringing them to the ankles or through the legs. Taking a big deep breath here, drawing that breath in deep. And exhaling out any tightness in the hips or in the hamstrings. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale, walk the hands over to the left foot, turn the toes out, and rise up for your warrior two. Inhale. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step the left foot back, and take your vinyasa flow. Great job. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And when you've made it to your downward facing dog, go ahead and bring the knees down to the mat and take a child's pose, resting the hips back onto the heels. Take this time to catch your breath, slow down the heart rate, and come back to a deep breath. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. One more deep breath here. Great job. Inhale. And exhale. Rise up all the way to seated, planting the feet in front of you on the mat. Inhale, reach the fingertips back. And exhale, bringing them forward, arch through the spine, chin to chest, and slowly drop the back all the way down onto the mat. And pulling the knees into the chest, maybe taking a rock from side to side, massaging out the spine if that feels good. Inhale. And exhale, drop the feet down onto the mat. Open up the arms to a T, and we're going to take some slow windshield wipers. So inhale with the knees to center. And exhale, drop the knees to the right, opening up the left side of the body. Inhale the knees back to center. And exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Great job. Inhale back to center. Go ahead and take that motion with your own breath at your own pace, taking the knees from side to side slowly with every inhale and exhale. And then coming back to center, take the right ankle on top of the left knee, press that right knee forward, and we're going to find our reclined pigeon. So maybe staying here with your pigeon or grabbing onto the back of that left thigh and pulling the knee into the chest, taking that hip opening stretch a little bit deeper. Maybe rolling out through the left toes, working out that ankle. Inhale and exhale. Wonderful. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale, release that left foot back into the mat. Right ankle comes away from the left knee, and then switching to the other side. Left ankle on top of the right knee, pressing that left knee forward. And then again, maybe staying here or grabbing onto the back of that right thigh and pull the knee into the chest. Inhale. And exhale, pulling it just a little bit closer in, opening up that left hip space a little bit deeper. Maybe rolling out through the toes and the ankle. Inhale, one more deep breath here. And then exhale, release the right foot back into the mat. Left ankle comes away from the knee. And then slide the toes down the mat, arms coming down beside the body, and finding your resting posture back into Shavasana or corpse pose. Closing the eyes and coming back into that deep breath. Inhale, feel the rise of the belly and the chest. And exhale, come a little bit heavier into your mat. As we finish out our practice today, I want to leave you with 3 questions so that you can spend some time praying about it thinking about it, and maybe taking some time to journal about it later on. How do you need the Lord's refreshing today? Have you felt God's comfort in dark places before? What does it mean for you today that because of your loving Father, in Him you lack nothing? Father, you are so good to us. You comfort us in hard seasons and in dark places. You are always near to us. Lord, would you come and refresh our hearts today, our minds and our thoughts. Come be our everything, because in you we do not lack. We love you, God, and it's in your name we pray. Amen. Thank you for joining me today on your mat, for moving and spending time in meditation and prayer. I look forward to seeing you next time.